Hi, do you struggle with AI prompt writing? Are the results you get not always what you want? Do you feel you could do with some ideas as to how to make the most of AI results? If your answer is yes, keep watching. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Learning Together with Robert. If this is your first time visiting me, thank you for being here. And if you're back, thank you very much for your support, because without you, this wouldn't make any sense. If you haven't subscribed, why not do it now and give us a like? Those of you who have been here already, you can fast forward to the main part of the video. I just want to say hello to my new visitors. I'm Robert Martinez, and I've been an English language teacher since 1994 and a teacher educator and language assessment specialist for almost 20 years now. It's been an incredible journey, having lived and worked in 9 different countries. I'm a self-tutor and assessor, online moderator, a full-time director of studies, and a tutor on the IHCYLT course, teaching English to young learners and teenagers, and I enjoy being in the classroom both face-to-face and online. If you want to know more about my professional background, experience, and qualifications, I've put a link to my LinkedIn profile and a link to a video cartoon version of my CV to jazz things up in the description box below, so feel free to check them out. Hi everybody, today I want to share one more really useful prompt iteration strategy I chose from a list given in a Google machine learning course I was exploring while researching materials for this video and the previous videos. So far we've seen 8 tips in my previous videos. Can you remember which ones they were? I'll give you a minute to think about it and see if you can recall them. Let's check. Tip 1 was clarity and specificity. Tip 2 was content and setting. Tip 3, incorporate emotion. Tip 4, layer prompts. Tip 5, open-ended questions. Tip 6 was experimenting with constraints. Tip 7 was structure the prompt. And tip 8 was using caps. Once again, 2 important things to remember. The first one is that we need to bear in mind that we can and should change the narrative. Make sure your prompts are examples of diversity, equality, and inclusion. Our prompts can deliberately include these elements, and we can have an iterative chat with the AI model, refining the results until we're happy they're more representative of the real cosmopolitan globalized world we live in, not necessarily just the purely white heteronormative Western-centric bubble that most results usually give. Don't just accept the initial results. We are an active part in making this world a more diverse, equal, and inclusive place. So let's be an active part in this change. I know I've said this many times in every video, but I think it's important to continue to have this conversation. And the second one, make sure that you check all the information you get. You can cross-reference it. You use different AI apps to see what you get. I personally find I learned the most while doing this. And also remember that LLMs can and do make mistakes, give false or inaccurate information, and can create hallucinations. So be critical about the responses you get and take what is good and discard what isn't. Don't be like those doctors who published an article in a medical journal and towards the end, the AI bot suggests they check with their peers as it doesn't have enough information about it. How embarrassing is that, and how dangerous too? Right, here we go. Last but not least, my tip number 9 is use a prompt library. And this is one of my favorite tips because when I first started, I really didn't know where to start. So prompt libraries can be useful, as it is often a matter of having a trigger for our own imagination, or just an example and then see where we can start. I think prompt writing is a creative process and it can be fun, but there are times when I can't think of anything, so I start there. I find useful that the more you read ready prompts, the more you start seeing patterns, and this is the useful part as you start developing your own style in experimenting with what works for you or not. There are several libraries out there, but I tend to use the Gemini API Cookbook as my account is with Microsoft, and access is easier, but you can use whichever you want. Here's a picture of it, and the link is in the description. And I'd like to finish by quoting a paragraph from the Google AI for Educators course that I finished recently, and the lesson was on discovering generative AI and AI tools. I think summarizes clearly what I have been saying in my AI-related videos. In this sense, it's a confidence boost to realize I've been saying the same all along. I've included a link to the free Google course in the description. As you continue using AI tools for education, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, it's possible for these tools to arrive at incorrect answers to maths problems, to attribute quotes, or work to the wrong person and to provide erroneous information, especially about recent events, as there's not enough training data available yet. Likewise, different AI tools have different functionalities. Therefore, they will respond to prompts in their own unique ways. As these tools improve, they should produce stronger results over time. Continue practicing writing and refining your instructions in order to translate them into creative and helpful outputs. Remember, there's no substitute for the human touch, so always use your expert eye to ensure the results are effective and appropriate. Okay, so that was the paragraph that I thought was like, wow, it's really encouraging because I've been doing that. Anyways, these are my tips for today. And with these, I complete my top tips I wanted to share. I hope you found them useful. Well, we've come to the end, but I'll be sharing more exciting videos, so stay tuned and subscribe. Do let me know in the comments box if you have any special requests, and I'll try to make a video about them. That'll be exciting, don't you think? I'll make sure I'll give you a shout in the video. Do share this video with your friends, and can I ask you a favor? Hit the like button so that more people can see this video. Bye for now, and remember, learning is fun, and you don't have to do it alone. So let's learn together with Robert.